Hey, what's up? I'm Tony Gonzalez, and you're watching JRSportBrief.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's JR. You are checking out the Sport Brief. Look, we're getting ready to talk about NFL player safety, but before we get started, go ahead and watch yesterday's video where I ran the Tough Mudder competition in Lake Tahoe, California. Oh yeah, I consider myself pretty tough. Yeah, I made it through. Make sure you subscribe, click that button, never miss a thing. But right now, we're going to talk about NFL player safety and is the NFL safe? A few weeks ago, I had Dr. Matt Matava. He's the president of the NFL's Physician Society. He was on the show, and he was basically breaking it down to me why athletes like Adrian Peterson and Robert Griffin come back so fast from their injuries. They may come back from ACL tears and such, but I don't think that they could run the Tough Mudder race like I did. Only I can do that. But that's besides the point. And today we're going to talk about whether or not the NFL is safe for your kids to play, whether it's safe for you to play, because we all know there are plenty of athletes who go out there and get bounced around in the NFL. Michael Vick is a prime example, but that's probably because of his style of play. And I basically asked Dr. Matt Matava, is it safe for your kids to go out and play? And I showed you a little bit of what the Giants have at their practice facility. I'm talking about that underwater treadmill right there. Oh yeah, it takes a lot of the pressure off your knees while you are running. I mean, they have the anti-gravity treadmill, which takes even more pressure off your knees, and it also alleviates some of the buoyancy if you don't want that while you're rehabbing. So it can basically turn a 200-pound guy into basically a 100-pound guy while he's running. His knees will thank him later. I showed you some of the food. I should have snatched a granola bar. And even at MetLife Stadium, the Giants have an MRI scanner. So we're not going to talk any more about that. Listen to Dr. Matt Matava and what he thinks about NFL player safety and whether or not it's okay for your kids to play.
First of all, I would agree that the parent has to make the decision as to whether or not he or she lets their child play. Number two is I'm not going to deny the fact that there's injuries in football. Okay, football does have a higher injury risk compared to some of the other sports. However, having said that, if you look again from the research that's out there, the little guys, the little peewee kids, tend not to have very many injuries when you compare it to the older people and the older kids. What happens is they get bigger and stronger, they get faster, the hits are more violent. That's where you tend to start to see more injuries in the high school, collegiate, and then professional level. By far and away, professional football has the highest injury risk compared to those other levels of football that we've already discussed. So it's a personal choice between the parents and their child whether or not he or she plays. I can say, though, that the NFL has led the way by far in trying to make the game safer. They have to, because they want to make this a viable sport so that their game can continue to go. But a lot of the research that's been done at the NFL level for equipment, for rules changes, and that sort of thing trickles down to these lower levels of play. For example, I'm not sure how old you are, but in 1976, there was a rule instituted where spear tackling was no longer allowed in the NCAA level. The number of instances of paralysis dropped precipitously, merely for a rule change. And so the same thing is going to happen, hopefully, at the NFL level too. For example, concussions. A new rule is implemented this year where a player who has gone outside the box is not allowed to use his head as a battering ram. We'll hopefully see that trickle down to other levels of play and reduce the risk of concussions for those players who are involved in that sort of part of the game. Equipment has changed considerably. Helmets have gotten so much better than when I played football. Padding throughout the rest of the body. Even the surfaces, are different now and improved compared to where they were. The surfaces now, the field turf surface is so much softer now than the AstroTurf that I played on when I was younger. So there's been a lot of technological advances that have made the game safer. A lot of it has come from NFL research and NFL contribution towards that end, but it does have the game does have risk associated with it. But for the real little kids that the parents may be concerned, again, the risk is very small comparatively.
So I agree with Dr. Matt, and I'm going to say it like this. These aren't his words. These are the words of JR. This is a little bit of JR wisdom. If you're worried about injuries, if you're worried about your kids playing football, don't let them play. We all know the NFL is evolving. They have to change rules. It's a business at the end of the day. It's a sport that we all enjoy. I haven't seen a rule change so far that changes my opinions. The guys are still out there hitting each other, and as long as they're not hitting me, all is fine in the world. Do you think the NFL is safe, and are you happy with some of these rule changes? This is JR. Make sure you subscribe, never miss a video, and go ahead and click right there to learn more about the NFL's Physician Society. They're helping to keep the players safe. I think they have like 30 trained medical professionals out at each and every NFL game, everybody from a dentist to an eye doctor. although I don't think the eye doctor is going to help Matt Schaub not throw interceptions. This is JR. Make sure you subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Is the NFL safe? Peace.